Hi, this is Randy from Standout Teaching Strategies. I am going to share a strategy found in the Reading Strategies book by Jennifer. Um, so, this is one of the first strategies that I used with my students. It's on page 128. It's called Word Treasure Hunt. And so, what I did is I created a little treasure box to make it fun. I laminated one that was in color, and then I had one that was in black and white. I had my kids do the black and white one first because I wanted to see if they understood the concept, and I wanted to actually get kind of a pre-assessment to see how they did with the strategy. And then they used the laminated one. They actually took and they could use during their read to self time, and that they could look through the strategies. And so I'm going to actually cut in this video, and I'm going to actually show you the things that I made and how that can help. And one of the fun things that, just an extra little tidbit that a colleague told me to do is for those kind of emergent learners where it's much more fun, they actually had you use um, just a piece of pipe cleaner, and it became your little magnifying glass so that you were searching out the words that you knew as you were doing it. So I thought that that was really fun to include this little magnifying glass. So my students had a lot of fun with it. I found a lot of success. It was really interesting to know like what words they really knew and what words they didn't. And with my higher fluency kids, it was it really helped them pay attention to the words because normally they don't like to admit when they don't know a word. But this time they got kudos for admitting that they didn't know a word. And then when they were able to find out either contextually what that word meant or when they looked it up in the dictionary and acquired that new vocabulary word, they were much more excited to share that. So I'm going to show you some of the um, things, the word treasure hunt worksheets and things that I help create. They're going to be on my Teacher Pay Teacher site. So if you're interested in them, I try to keep the cost as low as I can. But you'll be able to find them there, and I'll link to them below. Thank you. Okay, this is a preview of my Teacher Pay Teachers product from my word treasure hunt. This can be used for both emergent and fluent readers. Um, with emergent readers, our skill that we're working on is sight word automaticity and being able to really work on that. With our more fluent readers, we're working on vocabulary acquisition. So, what I did when I worked with my kids is I had this little treasure box. You can see that this is for the beginning reader for their sight word automaticity. So first, I had them read through the pictures to understand the story, and then treasure hunt for the words and letters they knew, and then they wrote with dry erase markers on the treasure chest. Once they showed me their treasure chest and I was able to do it, I was able to wipe off the 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 dry erase board because it was laminated, and they could reuse this as they did their read to self. Part of it is I also wanted them to be able to um, really understand what I wanted them to do. So in a small group instruction, we use this worksheet. This was more of a worksheet. This will help to keep them more accountable because you can actually keep track of those papers if you want. They won't get erased. And so this is another way that I help to teach them what I wanted them to do. And then they were able to do it. And what was really interesting is most of them started filling out on each of these lines. And they really like wanted to fill up all those lines. And I told them they could write anywhere in the thing. And then they were so excited to fill up all those lines. And that's a lot of words. I also did this way in case you want them to write it and try to fill up these boxes. there is another way for them to be able to do it. Okay, with your older kids, and those who have more fluent readers, for the vocabulary acquisition, I just challenged them that as they read the story to collect the new words that you learned along your journey. And I found this really powerful because kids don't always like to admit when they don't know a word or when it's a new word for them and to take the time to look up vocabulary. But where it was a treasure hunt, it became a game. And so even my older kids who had more fluent readers and that were able to really buy into it. And so again, I laminated this so that they could be able to have it during their read to self time. Um, I did this treasure hunt as I was teaching them so that they could do it. With some of the kids, I had them just write the new words that they learned. Other ones, I had them write the word and then they drew a picture. Um, this is really versatile. You could use it in a ton of different ways. And then on this one, they could just write the new words that they learned, or they could, write the new word they learned, do a picture, use it in a sentence, those kind of things. So this is a really versatile packet that you can be able to use. Um, Again, this is available in my Teacher Pay Teacher shop, and I will link to it. But this is our word treasure hunt, and the inspiration for this came from the Reading Teaching Strategies book. So I modified it to help make sense in my brain and work with my kids, and I hope that you enjoy it too.